Hello and welcome to LAT's Weekly Market Insights. This week we're going to focus in on sterling, which has been in the spotlight with an action-packed economic and political schedule. We're going to come across into the economic calendar now and we'll have a look at some of those data releases. And of course for us it started off with the Bank of England rate decision yesterday. Now this was an unchanged rate decision and broadly in line with expectations, with all 9 committee members voting for that unchanged. The BOE hinted that they may look to taper later in the year, but importantly not yet. Sterling off the back of this initially moved higher, but moved back shortly after, where technical levels very quickly re-established control. The unanimous vote for unchanged left little opportunities for trading, with the key takeaways also failing to provide any clear direction. The following statements did suggest a marginally more hawkish BOE, but still not enough to give any real clear direction in what otherwise has been a sideways cable rate this week. They alluded to the positive recovery and the strong recovery to pre-COVID levels for GDP, and that of course seen as good news for the economy. They also mentioned the reduction of gilt purchases. That is not being seen as a tapering decision. However, the fact that it is on the cards would be taken and seen as a positive for those markets. As we come across to the charts, we can see cable really stuck in this sideways market and has been now really from the 23rd of April. As we look at this in more detail on the 5-minute chart, we can see the volatility, the injection of life into cable on that data release. Initial spike low, but immediately trading back higher before slowly setting back over the course of the next couple of hours, where we soon re-established some technical levels. We had the weekly pivot point, which was also in line with previous lows back from the 26th of April and the 28th of April. Since then, trade is somewhat sideways, coming back to that 139 big psychological round number, which is acting as support and resistance at the moment. And again, expected a fairly subdued market as we came into Friday, whilst we awaited the results from the vote here within the UK. Now, Boris Johnson's Conservatives have secured a crushing victory in a once solidly Labour parliamentary seat of Hartlepool. This Hartlepool result confirmed Johnson's bond with the working class English voters after he swept up support from those who previously backed the Brexit Party, which won 26% of the vote in the coastal town in 2019. This defeat was a major blow for Starmer and the Labour Party, and it's helped to reaffirm sterling, which continues to react positively to a Conservative government. This vote for traders is really being seen more as a sentiment and a gauge of sentiment for future votes. This reassurance and reaffirming move towards a Conservative government prompted a slight move higher this morning from that 139 round number up to again this next R1 weekly pivot point, which falls nicely in line with again the range which we have discussed on this hourly chart. So the cable rate remains largely unchanged now, still remains within this sideways and range-bound market, with neither the Bank of England or the vote being a significant enough catalyst to break through this range. Next opportunities here will be looking for a move up through the resistance, or alternatively a move back down through support. Until that happens, this market will remain largely sideways, and we'll be looking to factor in our indicators such as our stochastics and our Bollinger Bands to see if there are trading opportunities within this range. I will come back across to the economic calendar and have a look at what we have coming up this afternoon. We have got an eagerly anticipated non-farm payrolls figure at 1:30, looking at the total number of new jobs created for the previous month, excluding, of course, the agricultural sector. Now, Goldman Sachs is looking for a very strong US labour market report. Expectations for them to come out at 1.3 million, and we can see that is a long way ahead of the current consensus of 978,000. A positive figure here will of course be bullish for our indice markets and for the US dollar. Of course, numbers still skewed at the moment. Previously, a figure above 200,000 would have been seen as a positive, but with COVID recovery skewing these numbers, we'll have to wait and see where this number comes out and if at all the market is going to react to it. So big figures to close out the week. This at the same time with the Canadian unemployment rates. So action-packed way to end the week. Can't wait to see how it unfolds. Happy trading if you are trading it. If not, please do join us same time next week.